Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Casey. I share simple style tips and outfit ideas that work for me as a petite woman. I like keeping things comfortable, easy to wear, and still stylish. So if you're also figuring out what works for your frame, you might find something helpful here. Fast fashion can be really appealing because it feels easy and low commitment. You see a piece that is trending, the price is not too high, and it feels harmless to add it to your cart. Maybe it is a top you only plan to wear once, or a pair of pants you convince yourself you can make work, or a dress that feels fun in the moment. And I get it. Fast fashion is convenient, affordable, and it gives you room to try different styles without feeling like you're making a huge investment. But sometimes, because the price is so low, we forget to ask the questions that actually matter. Does this piece suit my body? Does it work with my wardrobe? Will I wear it more than once? And if you are petite, those questions become even more important. Being petite is not just about needing shorter clothes, it is about how a garment is built for your proportions. It is the placement of the waist, the length of the rise, the width of the shoulders, the point where the sleeve ends, where the knee of your jeans falls, and how the overall shape sits on your frame. These small details can make a big difference. Something can technically be your size and still feel wrong. Pants can close at the waist, but bunch in the wrong places. A blazer can fit your torso, but make your shoulders look wider than they are. A dress can be the right length, but have a waistline that sits too low. So when we buy pieces just because they're inexpensive, we can end up collecting items that almost work, but never fully do. And those almost right pieces are usually the ones that create the most frustration. They are the clothes you try on again and again, but end up putting back. The jeans that only look good with heels. The skirt that falls lower than you expected. The jacket that looks stylish online, but feels too oversized in person. The dress that looks cute, but only if you keep adjusting it. At first, these pieces feel like a bargain because they did not cost much. But if they sit in your closet untouched, or if you only wear them once, or if you never feel fully comfortable in them, then they were not really saving you money. They were just cheap at the moment you bought them. This is where investment staples come in, but I want to be clear about what I mean by investment. I am not talking about luxury shopping. I am not saying you need designer basics or the most expensive version of everything. An investment piece is simply something that gives you real value in your wardrobe. It fits well, it is easy to style, it holds up after repeated wear, and it makes getting dressed feel simpler. It could be from a mid range brand bought secondhand, found on sale, altered to fit you better, or purchased from a petite line. What matters is not that it costs a lot. What matters is that it works hard for you. The cheapest option is not always the smartest option. Sometimes the better purchase is the one you do not have to replace right away. A pair of pants that costs less but never leaves your closet is not really a better deal than a pair you wear every week. A blazer that needs constant adjusting and still does not feel right may not be worth it, even if it was affordable. This is where cost per wear becomes helpful. Instead of only thinking about the price, think about how many times you can realistically wear the item. A piece that costs a little more but gets worn often can end up being more practical than several cheaper pieces that barely get used. That does not mean fast fashion has no place in your wardrobe. For a lot of people, it is one of the most accessible ways to try new trends or figure out what they like. Maybe you want to test a color, a cut, or a silhouette before buying a better version. Maybe you need something quickly for a specific occasion. Maybe your budget only allows for certain options right now. That is completely understandable. This is not about making anyone feel guilty for where they shop. It is about being more selective and more aware of what actually deserves space in your closet. One way to shop more intentionally is to slow down before you buy. Instead of only asking, is this affordable? Ask, will I actually wear this often? Instead of asking, is this trendy? Ask, can I wear this with pieces I already own? Instead of asking, can I make this work? Ask, does this already fit me well enough to be useful? And if you are petite, ask yourself, is this simply shorter or is it truly proportioned for my frame? Because those are not the same thing. A shorter dress can still have the wrong waist placement. Hemmed jeans can still have the knee break in the wrong spot. A cropped jacket can still be too broad in the shoulders. Petite friendly means more than just less length. That is why strong wardrobe staples matter so much. When you know which pieces work for your proportions, getting dressed becomes easier. You understand which pants balance your shape, which jacket lengths feel polished, which skirts hit at the right place, and which tops layer without overwhelming you. Once those basics are in place, trends become easier to play with because your whole wardrobe is not depending on them. You already have a foundation that feels reliable. So when shopping, especially as someone petite, it helps to know the difference between a small fix and a fundamental fit issue. Length is often fixable, proportion is much harder. Choosing better staples can also be a more sustainable habit in a realistic way. When you buy pieces you actually wear, they stay in rotation longer. You are less likely to replace them constantly or keep buying because nothing in your closet feels quite right. Sustainability does not have to mean having a perfect capsule wardrobe or never shopping again. Sometimes it simply means understanding your body, repeating outfits, taking care of your clothes, and buying fewer things that actually serve you. Fast fashion gives us variety, but good staples give us reliability. An investment does not have to mean expensive, it means thoughtful, it means wearable, it means useful, it means a piece has a real purpose in your closet. The real value is not in the logo or the price tag. It is in how often you wear it, how well it fits, and how confident you feel when you put it on. So the next time you are shopping, try asking a different question. Instead of, is this cheap enough? Ask, is this worth making space for? Does it suit your proportions? Can you wear it with what you already own? Will it still make sense after the trend has passed? Does it make getting dressed easier? Because for petites, the best staple is not always the most expensive one. It is the one that actually fits your body, your wardrobe, and your life. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.